Hi everyone, my name is Mashood. I'm a realtor with Loyalty Real Estate Brokerage, and today we're actually heading towards. We're going to be doing an interview regarding Prime Condo. That's right, Prime Condo, and we'll be interviewing none other than the VP of Sales and Development, Jason Lam. All right, let's watch. Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. We're here with the Vice President of Sales and Marketing of Center Court Development with none other than Jason Lam. Hi Jason, how are you?
Mashood, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having us again here. We're all very excited for Prime Condo and we've all been waiting for it.
For many years.
For many years,
For many
right?
years. So it's finally here.
Finally here. And I think the first question that everyone was asking was what was the holdup? What took so long? Everyone was excited, and now it's finally here.
And now, and hopefully they're equally just as excited, if not more excited. It's a good question, and I think that speaks to Center Court in terms of not wanting to bring a site that's not zoned.
Right.
And so we had, for many years we had, great inclination to believe that we were going to be zoned and ready to go, but we decided not to launch. We were not going to launch to unzoned site, and so we weren't able to. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I also think the second part is it gives us a lot of perspective on how challenging it is to assemble land in the downtown core, to get it zoned, to get it to a place where you're seeing the finished product.
Right.
The amount of work, resources, and energy that lead up to this is multiple years in the making. Then you got to build the thing. That's another 3 years. So these projects, when we think about downtown sites or condominium sites as a whole, they could be anywhere between 5 and 7 years in the making. So to give you 595 units is 6 years. This is a process, and it's not easy. And I know a lot of developers make it look really easy, and I think from the consumer standpoint, they're just seeing the building and thinking, oh, they just bought it and now they're building a condo. Yeah. The amount of work that goes into this, the capital, the human capital, the resources, is it's a massive amount of effort. So
definitely,
we're glad that we're finally here, and we're looking forward. We're fully zoned. It's going to be the most affordable downtown condominium in the entire market. It's going to be a great story and a massive opportunity for people that want to get into this market.
Definitely. And I think that's one of the secrets of Center Court Development. The reason and the moment they launch, it's because everything's approved, everything's finalized, and they're ready to go. And before we get into the building, I just want to about the market itself. I think the vaccines are rolling out.
Yeah.
The immigration.
You're starting to see new immigrants land. You're starting
to,
I can't tell you how many agents and realtors I've talked to, and also private condominium investors that are telling me, like, I just rented a unit out to someone that landed literally 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days ago, and they're just looking for something where else downtown.
Right.
They don't know where else to go. They want to be convenient. They want to be connected to public transportation. They want to be close to employment opportunities and hospitals. It's such a natural first place for anyone to land. Is they look at the downtown core and say that's where I think this is where I want. This is where I should live in order to understand the environment. Exactly. What it is. What is Toronto? What is the GTA? What are these submarkets? And that's you're going to see a huge pickup over the next couple of months. So yes, the market as a whole has rebounded tremendously, and in a lot of ways it kind of didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But up for the last 10 months.
And speaking of the market, the pricing of the houses have gone skyrocketed up.
Yeah.
Semis, even in Bowmanville, are skyrocketing. Right?
The ripple effect that it's caused even outside of the GTA.
Yeah.
Is it's unprecedented, and all you need is a fraction of the GTA or Toronto to say, I want a bigger house, I want to move further out. A fraction of that population will greatly impact the rest of the market because it's just such a dense community. It doesn't take much.
That's true.
Right? It takes a very small amount.
That's true.
And then people within those communities are now moving out further because they want more space, so they don't like all this change and all this demand and where the prices are going. Mm-hmm. It's actually, it's something we'll talk about for eons, for generations, of how, going through a global pandemic, the cost of real estate really didn't go anywhere.
Right.
But
and now there's so much gap between the houses and the condos.
Yeah.
There's more people won't be able to afford the houses now. Now, of course,
they couldn't do it before.
Right.
Like the funny thing is that pre-COVID, the whole thing was like, these houses are really unaffordable and they don't make any sense, and the average consumer will never be able to acquire such an asset. And condominiums were, is that the first choice? Not for everyone, but it is a very convenient lifestyle as someone that lives in a condo. But it's the only choice.
Right.
And it continues to be the only choice. So when you look at where we're at today, it's way more unaffordable. Like it's not even close to pre-pandemic numbers.
Right.
And condominiums, now you're starting to see the pickup. When we talked in October or November, I was like, it's going to be the year of the condo. And it is, right? Like you're seeing higher volume of transactions in 416 and 905 in condos. You're seeing price appreciation month over month. The bottom of the market was December, I believe, and I think you're going to continue to see the market pick up because I think a lot of people see that there's a lot of opportunity to make money. There's a lot of opportunity because it's affordable for them to acquire their first home or their second home or a home for their kids. And they're starting to see what the downtown core has to offer. People forgot. And when you go on King Street when the sun's out, when you go on Queen Street when the sun's out, when you're in Yorkville, in Yonge Street, you understand this is why people want to live downtown Toronto.
That's true.
Right? And then so you can see people's mentalities thinking and shifting beyond COVID. Where's my next vacation? What do I do with all this money that I have assembled in the last 12 months?
Right.
I have to think about my money, my future, my wealth, because I see inflation taking place.
That's true.
Right? And these are people that are thoughtful, that are looking to the future, maybe not even a month from now. They're looking at a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. And they're planting the right seeds, thinking the right thoughts to facilitate a transaction. Pre-construction is a big tool in a lot of people's wealth today. You've sold many condos yourself, and Khalid, you've literally made millionaires out of selling condos.
That's true.
And that's an avenue you can take.
For sure.
And Prime is the most compelling story, the most compelling opportunity when it comes to building wealth, jumping into the condo market, pre-construction. This is as good as it gets.
Definitely. I 100% agree with you. And I mean, let's get to the project itself, Prime Condo. The location, it's absolutely phenomenal as well. I believe it's close to the Ryerson University, close to the subways, close to the Eden Center as well. How do you guys find this location? Why this location? And what should the people look forward to for this location? So
the first thing is that we're familiar with the location very. This is our 5th or 6th site east of Yonge. So we know the area very well. When it comes to unit mix, amenities, the people that live in these buildings, we've kind of mastered this sort of downtown, the East Core as we like to call it. And so familiarity is where expertise kicks in, right? Like we're true experts of the market. What makes it such a unique opportunity is the fact that outside your door, you talked about it, is Ryerson University. It literally doesn't get as close as this. It's not everything, but I think if you're an investor, think of it this way. You can buy a lot of condos in 905, right? Right now it's 905.
Right.
It's all you can find today, and I love the growth of the 905 corridors. And it's not just in one space, it's throughout the GTA, throughout the community that you're seeing continuous growth and price appreciation. What a lot of these condos don't have is an insurance policy. And what I mean by that is we have Ryerson University across the street. So if you're an investor, you're thinking, who am I going to rent to? Who's going to live here? And who's going to pay top premium rents? Where is there a ton of demand but no supply? That's how we make money. And that is your insurance policy from day one. From day one, the minute you sign a contract, the minute you close this condominium, is the day that you really have access to 47,000 students with minimal beds on campus. It's laughable how few beds there are.
Right.
Huge international student population, right? What do? They pay a massive tuition fee, they pay a premium in rents, and they pay all up front. The parents that attend, their parents pay for school. I'm sure your parents paid for your schooling. I'm sure your parents paid for your accommodations, like in most situations. So you've got this never-ending rental regenerating pool at your doorstep. That's number one. That's your insurance policy. Then You happen to be 15 minutes away from, the second largest financial market in North America, the downtown financial core, right? You have finance, law, tech, medical. You've got, University Health Network. You've got Yonge Street, 2 subways. Look, you've got everything that you want in a location when it comes to who am I going to rent to, who am I going to sell to. And the beauty of it is that we're not trailblazers, right? Between Church and Jarvis, there are a number of projects built under construction that are setting the tone of where Church and Jarvis and eventually Sherbourne are going to be in the future. And it's going to change. When you're revitalizing these neighborhoods, businesses will change. Ryerson's going to add to it, right? Institutional money. It's going to be a completely different neighborhood. And a lot of your buyers are going to drive by and say, holy cow, what happened? But guys like you and me, we knew this was going to happen.
Right.
And you capitalized on it, right? It's not news. It's logical.
Right.
There's nowhere else to go. Right, so when you talk about value, it's east of Yonge right now, and I think that's the story. The major flex here is that we're close to 2 subways. It's a big center core story, but you don't need them because everything is so walkable.
Because you're walkable. Yeah.
Some sites need the subway because that's all they've got, and nothing wrong with that. But we're so versatile, we're so complex and diversified that is what you want when it comes to investing in a piece of real estate. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, what country, what city, the fundamentals of what prime represents, downtown living, close to transit, right across the street from major university institutions, close to the financial district, that continues to grow closer and closer to prime, eastward and northward. This is a no-brainer, not to mention the tremendous upside that you're seeing take place in the transformation of the downtown east. This is a no-brainer. And when you pair that up with a AAA developer like Center Court, you're not going anywhere else. There really is no other option. There's only one option. And I'm sad to say that there's only 595 of those options.
Yeah.
Right? And then that's it.
And then it's sold out.
Yes.
And I mean, I know a lot of people also bring up the fact that, pre-construction price is just a price point. That's always one of the arguments that's going on online, as you've probably known, that, it's so expensive. Resale condos, that's the price. Why not go for resale? So what would you tell those kind of people? That's their argument.
I'll share a fact about prime. The average price of prime is $699. The average sold price of a 416 condo in February was $680,000.
Oh wow.
Most of these, this is 416. 416 is big.
Right.
Most of them don't have this rental assurance. They don't have this insurance policy in Ryerson. They don't have access to subways. They don't have what we have. It's not brand new. But the real answer is how many of you that are on these message boards, how many of these buyers can go get a mortgage tomorrow?
Right.
Can you close in 90 days? Can you close in 120 days right now and assume a mortgage and live in it, carry it, or have a tenant in there? And I would say that for the most people, the answer is no, right? So what we've seen in the last decade, if you took that same mentality, the market's only gone up, right? And when people look at Toronto, it's a very affordable city relative to the rest of the world. I get it, we're in a bubble. We only know Toronto. We don't care about Hong Kong or New York City. That has nothing to do with us. But there is a world where when you look outside of the confines of the GTA in Toronto, we are ultra affordable. That's why so many people are coming here. That's why people are spending money here. That's why people are moving here for affordability and opportunity, because the opportunities in terms of employment are in the downtown core. So it's a function of circumstance. If you can buy resale, then you buy resale.
Right.
But why do people like buying pre-con? Because it's fairly hassle-free. You don't have to take on a mortgage. You can assign the unit, after it's sold, under very particular circumstances. But you don't have bidding wars, right? I don't know how many bidding wars you've seen, but it's getting really out of control, and you're starting to see a lot of it take place in condominium 416. And it's not going to slow down. So we can talk about the market now and say, well, this is the price of condo in the core. It's going to change next month, and it's going to change next month. But the fixed price that you bought at pre-construction doesn't change, because you bought at X price, and you're going to see the market ride the wave. If you believe in the market drivers, then you've got a ton of confidence in acquiring a condo. And it's whether or not you want to spend cash out now or disperse your cash out over longer periods of time and wait for pre-construction to finish over the course of 3 to 4 years.
Right. And I believe in the Toronto market, as history tells, there's so much room for appreciation.
Yes.
Right. So in that case, pre-construction is always a good way to go as well. And I think let's jump to the condo itself now. I believe you said how many units does it have? 5?
Yeah, it's a beautiful building. It's got this really cool, black and gold facade, which is very unique. Like you don't see it anywhere else in the city. It's quite unique. It'll definitely stand out, but I think it speaks to, the growth and the change and revitalization of the neighborhood, along with grid and its unique design. Like we want to do something pretty cool, something that stands out.
Yeah.
So it's a 45-story building that houses 595 suites. And if you've had the chance to look at the floor plans, very efficient, ultra functional. Like there's, we always say it, best floor plans, no wasted space. This is the best key plate in the business right now. Right. It doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get more efficient than this. And that gives you lower operating costs, full functionality, but lowest attractive end price that you're going to find.
Definitely. And what are some of the amenities that it has to offer?
We have great amenities. So we have indoor and outdoor amenities. We got a beautiful lobby, which is one of our trademarks of our buildings. Is we want you to step in and feel like this is a premium building. This isn't a building across the street from Ryerson. This is a downtown, 5-star, a building.
Right.
And so when you go through the amenities, it's identifying who's going to live in the building through the floor plans and through the amenities. We have a 6,500 square foot gym. And if you can conceptualize 6,500 square feet, it is bigger than most gyms. Like it's a huge space. It's 6,500 square feet is not small. Most people live in, we're selling 500 square foot condos.
Right.
People live in 2,500 square foot houses. Mm-hmm. This is 6,500 square foot gym facility. We've got a shared co-working space and entertainment area. Again, the confines of your condos are not your limitation. You can go use amenity spaces indoor and outdoor. And in a world where we're working from home, we're collaborating, we've got a student population, these are amenities that I think will be used. It's not about what's flashy, it's what's functional.
Right.
If you're going to pay maintenance fees, make sure you're using the amenities, the facilities, and you will. And I think that's important. Those are principles that we're taking through a lot of our buildings is functionality, having not just a good gym, an excellent gym. And a lot of people, when you take them through showings, when you walk them, even if they don't use the gym, and they see it, it's such an impressive piece, as well as the lobby. And so it's little things like that we incorporate into this building that it's not for us, it's not what we think is good. This is our 5th building. Right. We know what is in demand from the people that are renting and living in these buildings that we've built in the East Core.
Right. And I believe the occupancy for this will be roughly of 2024. 2024.
Yeah, 2024 is what I believe that to be the date. We'll provided that sales is a huge success, we'll be under construction by the end of the year or maybe early next year. Okay. Once we get building, we build really fast.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a marvel. Honestly, I think
it looks beautiful.
Buyers are gonna be super excited when they see not only the finished product, but when they see what's gonna transpire throughout the next 4 to 5 years in this community, with all of these other projects leading the way, helping revitalize it. And like I said at the top of this, don't be someone that's driving by saying, I didn't know.
Right.
I can't believe this happened.
Right.
Just think about it for a second, and you'll quickly come to the conclusion that this was bound to happen. There was no other outcome that was at play here. And the east is the natural, and directly east, not like super east. I'm talking the next street over is Church, next street over that is Jarvis. Right. You're gonna see massive changes on Sherbourne, massive changes on Parliament. Like it's just, they may not be sexy today, right? But they're gonna change, and they're gonna be
now's the time to invest in
huge opportunities, right?
Right.
And it's a mandate from the city. So be logical about it. Prime is logical. Prime is a no-brainer.
Right, definitely. And for those of them who are interested in booking the condo, what would you advise the next steps to be?
You're going to call this gentleman. You're going to call their team. That's the only way, because what you want to do is not just jump into this. You want to educate yourself. You want to understand the merits of pre-construction. You want to understand the builder brand.
For sure.
That is, we can talk about locations all day long. We can talk about the amenities and all of that stuff, but your developer, the person that you're partnering with, the person that you're putting your trust in to build this and provide this home for the future, you need to know that they know what they're doing, and their track record speaks volumes of success and the ability to execute. So those are important. I mean, I think that's fundamentally the most important item that you can possibly offer, is a quality developer that's going to provide you with exactly what they said they would, if not above and beyond.
Right.
And then work back from there. Set your budget, find the right location, educate yourself, speak to the right professionals, and then make the choice, because in our world, you need to act quick.
Definitely.
And I know it's not a normal process, but you'll see firsthand. It's like going through multiple offers.
Yeah.
It's the stress of it's stressful,
Right.
And it's a lot of losing. But pre-construction is an animal that people have been investing in for many, many years.
Right.
And there are seasoned investors that move ultra quick. So that's what you need to do. And you can do that by educating yourself early, so that when it's time to make a decision, you can make the quick decision because you have all the information you need.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jason. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to be here, and I'm excited for Prime, as I'm sure everyone else is as well. Shout out to your team as well, Shalini, Norris, and Mark.
Yes.
He's here as well.
And our admin team.
And the admin team, of course.
The entire organization, the whole team, top, bottom, down. Just an incredible team of highly efficient, highly motivated, highly knowledgeable, energetic individuals, such as yourself. And we continue to test the limits and keep pushing the envelope and being more efficient. And we look forward to working with you.
Definitely. Same here. Thank you so much, Jason. And if you need any more information, definitely get in contact with us. Our number is 647-832-0499. Thank you so much. Take care.